Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. Now, I'm really excited for today's video because this is inspired by a subscriber comment. So let me tell you the comment I got and then I'm excited to dive into this. So someone replied, I think it was about my how to set your rates video, which I'll link up here if you haven't watched already. They said, I'm a new makeup artist. I have fixed my rates to be reasonable, but even then some clients pay me, but some say it's expensive for them. If I don't lower the rate, they don't come. How can I fix my rates? This is such a good question. And the way I'm gonna kind of do this video is to go over what the three main reasons I think someone won't pay your rate even if you've lowered it. So get comfortable, grab a cup of tea, let's get into it. So the first thing I want you to consider when it comes to a rate being affordable or not affordable is, first of all, your version of affordable could be very different to somebody else's. Your version of expensive could be very different to a client you're trying to attract. So first of all, I don't like terminology like affordable. $1 isn't affordable, £1 isn't affordable. So it's really important we let go of that being the aim with our rates. And I think one thing that is so important I talked about in the how to set your rates video is thinking about the energetics behind your rates. So if you haven't watched that video already, start there. Like I said in that video, people will pay any money for something they see value in. And this is the most important thing. I want you to remember that when it comes to something being too expensive, people move house to get their kids into the school they want to go to. People will put $10,000 on a credit card to buy a handbag that they want to buy because they see value in it. So this brings me to my point number one, the main reason why people won't pay your rate even if you've lowered it. It's because you either aren't marketing at all or you're marketing to the wrong people. So this is why when I think it comes to your ideal clientele, you need to know everything about the kind of person you're trying to attract. Whether that's a person, whether it's a company, you need to think about what problems would you solve for them? What exactly would they need to see from you to make your rate a no-brainer? And this is something we do in Freelance with Freedom. We really get into looking at your portfolio, how you're marketing yourself and how you're branding yourself because it's so important. The goal is your marketing should indicate the value in your service without you having to say, you should pay me this much money, I am worth X amount. Your marketing should do that without you ever having to say that. So first of all, if you aren't marketing, that's obviously the number one problem. And more specifically, if you aren't marketing to the right person and understanding what you need to do in terms of marketing to that person and what they need to see, it makes sense that currently someone is going to blame the rate as the issue or say you're too expensive. Someone is always mentioning the price. What else could be stopping them from booking you outside of the price? So is it that you take too long? Is it that you're too quick? Like, I want you to think about all the other reasons someone might not want to book you outside of the rate itself. So when it comes to marketing your service, you want to think about the language you're using, the terminology you're using within your marketing, and more specifically, where are you marketing? So for example, if you're a bridal artist, are you going to things like wedding fairs, speaking to wedding venues, networking with those kinds of people, or are you just using Instagram? Again, I want you to get very creative with where is your ideal client already looking for you and are you showing up there? So number two, the second issue why people generally have an issue with your rate is because there's something missing in your portfolio. There's something in your body of evidence. And we at Freelance with Freedom consider that what's on your social media, on any platforms that you market yourself, and of course your portfolio or website. There may be something in that that's not aligning with that client. There may be something that clients need to see that isn't there currently. So again, one of the things I would say to my clients is self-awareness is very different from self-deprecation. So where do you need to critique your work? Where is something currently not as good as it could be that's making someone see the price point and think, I don't feel like that price point aligns up with the quality of work I'm seeing. Anything can be turned around. My genuine belief is that any no can become a yes when you know exactly what to change, and that's a big part of what I help my clients do. So the portfolio that you showcase, the body of evidence that you are showing that clients are seeing, it should be in alignment with those rates. Are you spending time critiquing your work? Again, critiquing doesn't have to involve any shame, any being mean to yourself, just simply looking at your work and thinking, is this in line with the amount I'm charging? Do I see the value in it? And I think one of the hardest things as a creative, of course, will be like, I'm totally worth this money. Again, you are worth unbelievable amounts of money, that goes without saying. But when it comes to the client, who else in your market are you up against? That's the other thing you want to think about. If someone is showcasing a book that has a higher quality of work than yours and they're charging less, you want to think about that. You need to think about the market average, but also what could you do? So rather than having to lower your rate, what could you do that helps you increase that rate, get the rate that you want from a place of you improve as an artist. You are able to take stock of what's happening and notice the gaps, notice what's missing from a place of a client would in the future with these changes see your work and go, oh my gosh, I totally think that person is 100% worth the money, sign me up. I will also add to this as well, I think some people put their prices up prematurely based on the fact that they think they should be charging more. Now I want to make it very clear, my goal for all my clients is not only to double their bookings, but to continue to increase their rates, but that is built on demand. So if you don't have the demand right now, you might need to lower your rate. And I would get behind, okay, I'm gonna sell 10 spots, 10 services, 10 clients at this rate. So my body and brain know I can do this really easily. I can get that rate before thinking about putting it up. You have to separate kind of your own thoughts around your rate and come back to data, come back to the market, come back to your own portfolio. Where can you make decisions based on facts rather than feelings? Another thing I always say to my clients, this is kind of point number 3, is where can you make it a no-brainer? So again, this is why I think it's really important to know who it is you're marketing to, so you can think about their very specific needs. For example, when it comes to doing a bride, what can you add in? What can you use to elevate your existing service that makes it seem a little bit more exciting, a little bit more premium than what they're seeing everywhere else? And I want you to think of it this way. Are you showing up as an artist who sells their service at that price point? Is your kit clean? Are you coming and being incredibly professional? What is the journey of a client being with you from them seeing you on Instagram or finding you on your website up until the point of them booking you and you being there with them on the day? So that's something I want you to think about as well, is how are you showing up? Like, are you their dream artist? Because we talk a lot about dream clients, and I think one of the most important things to consider is, are you becoming their dream artist? Are you someone that they would already be looking for? And again, this comes back to my point, do you know what your clients are looking for? Again, this isn't about, okay, my client only wants me to do the eyes because they want it cheap. No, who are you speaking to that's like, I will pay any amount of money to feel X, to have photos that I love, to see myself in a certain way, to get this project done so that I don't have to spend money on it again. This is where marketing and branding and positioning come to play as an artist. Especially if you want to stand out in the crowd, you want to spend some time thinking, what does make you different? What separates you from anyone else? Yes, no one else can be you, but you want to think about, one of the things that's important with marketing is like, what do you stand for? What separates your business? And what are the reasons someone would go to you over anyone else? When you can answer those questions, it's going to be easy to market you and your service to attract the rates you want. I also want to end by saying, in an industry where yes, sometimes clients do shop around, don't make that a problem. Let the client shop around, but be marketing to the people who are already looking for you. In many ways, it's never about the rate, from the place of there is someone right now who has even more to spend than your rate and they're already looking for you. So are you making it really easy for those people to find you? And does your service match up to how you market yourself? Are you positioning yourself as a no-brainer booking? That is something I want you to think about. And if you have been struggling with this, I want to remind you that this is exactly what we help you with in Freelance for Freedom. The number one thing you need to double your bookings is learn how to get bookings, how to find bookings without relying on word of mouth, without relying on agencies or apps, and be able to create your own opportunities. And for that, you need visibility. So when it comes to people paying your rates, you do need to know how to market yourself. You do need to know how to treat yourself and your business like a real business, so that is exactly what clients see too. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions, and I can't wait to see you soon.